Hey, what is up guys? It is Phantom here, and welcome back to a brand new video, guys. So, if you guys remember, a few days ago I did a video where I pretty much stated my favorite area in each one of the worlds in Wiz, guys. So, basically, I'm going to be doing a similar thing to that today, except I'm literally just going to be stating all of my least favorite areas, guys, from each world, or one area in each world that is my least favorite, guys. So, anyways, without further ado, really, there's not really much to say here. We're literally just going to be going in order by, you know, how the worlds are presented to us throughout the story, guys. Anyways, we're going to start with Wizard City here, so let's go to my least favorite area, guys. So, honest to God, I really do have a lot of memories in the shopping district. However, the reason why it is my least favorite area is because the whole area is, for the most part, like I said, for the most part, pretty useless, guys. Like, there are a few things here that are like useful to some wizards, like the magic mirror shop. The dye shop is obviously a hotspot for a lot of wizards sometimes. I mean, there's the jewel shop over there, although I don't think that many people use the jewel shop. I don't know how relevant it is these days, but I don't know, guys. Like the robe shop, like no one goes there. No one goes to the amulet, the wand shop. Like, it's all super outdated stuff that, like, I feel like people would only buy like if they were just starting the game, you know, and they didn't really know any better. So I don't know, guys. I have a lot of fond memories of every area in Wizard City, so it was kind of hard to pick this one because I really just like this world as a whole. There's no area that I generally hate, but if I had to pick my least favorite area, it would have to be the shopping district, guys. I don't know. There's just not a ton here that I will go for besides the dye shop or the magic mirror shop if I am planning on changing a character, which I rarely do anyways. So I don't know. I just don't think there's... Okay, well, a lot of people would argue that there is a lot of reason to come here because let's say you come here often to like dye your gear or change the name on your pet. But honestly, besides that, there are really not a whole lot of reasons to come here. Anyways, it's not a useless area by any means. It's just kind of my least favorite. I don't know, guys. But anyways, let's go on to Krakatoa, guys. If I meet somebody who actually liked the Chamber of Fire, guys, I'm sorry, but you probably would not see him anymore, guys. But like, okay, seriously. In all fairness, I mean, I'm sure the Chamber of Fire has some lovers, but in Krakatoa, my problem with it looks the same as every other area. It looks the same as every other dig site / temple site in Krakatoa, guys. It just adds to the whole repetitiveness of the whole world that, I mean, I think the world struggles with in general, guys. Also, the quests that you do in here, are the absolute worst. Do you guys remember the quest where you had to walk, I'm pretty sure, so you had to like go in here to the Chamber of Fire, or like come through the Altar of Kings, and then you had to walk all the way through here, and then all the way up here, and then all the way there to defeat the Narini Quartermaster, and then, I don't know what this is from, but you had to walk like literally this whole distance just to fight the Narini Quartermaster. That's one boss out of the whole area, guys. Otherwise, you don't really come here much. And I think that's for good reason. I think that's hopefully by design, King Zal. Maybe that's just one of the few smart decisions you've ever made. But the Chamber of Fire, guys, I don't know. It adds to this whole repetitive, sandy concept of Krakatoa. The area itself looks just really, really weird. Yeah, I don't know. Really, really repetitive. Pretty annoying quest line, even though it was really short, thank God. Yeah, whenever I enter this area, I really just want to get out of here as fast as possible and finish the pyramid as fast as possible, so that's my problems with the Chamber of Fire. Anyways, let's move on to Marylebone, guys. You know, I can't really think of anything to say about Chelsea Court, and that's precisely why it's my least favorite area in Marylebone, guys. This area is so boring and tedious, guys. Just imagine the same kind of Marylebone quests where you run across the rooftops, go to fight a few bosses, fight a few golems, I don't know, maybe catch a few bandits and stuff like that. Just imagine that, but just like dumbed down the most as possible, and just the most boring quest line you could really imagine. It's kind of like, it's similar to Hyde Park, except, you know, Hyde Park is that first area of Marylebone where it's like kind of charming in a way because you're entering the world for the first time. This is literally just a copy of that. And it does not help that this area comes right after Hyde Park, okay? It's just bad. It's definitely the most boring area in Marylebone. Like, it doesn't have anything unique about it whatsoever. It's not like cool, it's not like some cool place like Newgate Prison or like Knight's Court or Kattenstein's Lab. There's no like cool elements to it whatsoever. It's your same old run across rooftops and do your quests. And honestly, I like when Marylebone kind of puts a spin on its quests, and this area just did absolutely none of that, if you guys know what I'm talking about. But anyways, guys, let's move on to Mushu, because, yeah, there's nothing really to say about Chelsea Court. Really nothing at all. Kishai Village, everyone. Kashibi Village. I have no idea how the fuck you say it. I just have to say, who cares? Like, seriously, this is just your average traditional, like, Mushu little hut village here. But really, it's like probably one of the worst looking ones in the entire game, besides that waterfall. That waterfall's kind of dope. But really, I just get so tired of fighting like these infected spirits and these infected villagers that will weakness you every other fucking round. It's probably just the worst thing ever. And then you gotta first run to all the shrines, I think, at some point. Aren't there like, yeah, there's a different shrines that you have to go to like purify them in some sort of way, to like get clean water for the emperor. I don't remember the story, guys, but that's something along those lines. And you gotta fight probably the most annoying mobs ever, and there's just nothing about this area I like. There's nothing special about it. A lot similar with Chelsea Court. It's just kind of your standard Mushu / world-esque theme to it. There's really nothing about it. It's just so vanilla, except for the mobs. They're just the worst. Like, there's nothing charming about this area whatsoever. It just looks like Mushu, but like dumbed down a little bit. There's like not even grass. Like, there's very few blots of grass. I don't know. Maybe this is just a personal thing. Maybe some of you love Kishai Village, but I don't know. I get tired of fighting the infected spirits really, really easily. That's just, I don't know. That's just from my point of view. Yeah, I just get really sick of it. Like, look, even the bamboo is just decaying. Like, I just hate this area. It's not even pretty, which, like, most of Mushu is pretty, and there's, like, some unique areas in Mushu, like the Cave of Solitude or the Tree of Life. There's, like, some of those areas that I like that introduce, like, just overall, just, like, new graphical designs in Mushu. Like, this one just has none of it. This just has nothing. There's just nothing I like about this place. Whenever I come here, like I said, and same with a lot of these areas, like, right when I'll enter them, I'll just be like, alright, I'm just gonna quest through this as fast as possible, just not even gonna pay attention to anything, just gonna get through it, like, just clean slate, I'm just gonna do it, you know, that's just the way it is with Kishai Village. But anyways, I probably am mispronouncing the name, so let's move on to Dragonspire. I ain't trying to speak to you right now, Cyrus. Anyway, so besides this little forum area here in the forum, there's really nothing to like about the forum, okay? You literally come here, I'm pretty sure, to go into one of these buildings here. This guy directs you. I'm pretty sure you learn about, like, either how to ride a dragon, or you build, like, a saddle for the dragon. I think that's what the purpose of this area is for. And besides this little, like, cool area here that's, like, somewhat unique, there's nothing here. It's just your generic Dragonspire, like, walk the halls, walk the outside halls, defeat, like, a boss in each tower, and blah 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 blah. There's Krasis. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just such a generic Dragonspire area with very few new unique things about it. Like, the Crystal Grove, you had, like, you know, you had a Crystal Grove. In the Drake Hatchery, you got to go to each of the, like, mother drakes and, like, learn about the drakes and the whole history behind, like, the dragon riders and everything. There's really nothing cool about this place besides that you learn, like, how to ride a drake / build the saddle for the drake, because I'm pretty sure that's the purpose of coming to this area, which, you know, is not a horrible storyline. But besides this little area, there is absolutely nothing I like about this place. It is a generic Dragonspire area that is very just uninspired. It's just black magma rock everywhere, which is the same orange, white, and black colors scheme that this whole world has. And god, this world really needs a revamp now that I think about it. But honestly, there are very few Dragonspire areas that I actually dislike. I actually struggled with this one a lot, because each one of these areas actually had a pretty unique thing about them. Like, I don't know, the Tower Archives had that huge, like, maze of, like, towers going, like, up, and, like, it all led to, like, one big teleporter. Like, that was cool. The Grand Chasm, obviously, that was kind of my favorite area, actually, if you didn't see my favorite areas video. Crystal Grove has crystals. The Crucible had that giant, like, meteor crashed into the ground, and, like, there was this huge, like, chasm, not the Grand Chasm, but, like, there was this huge chasm with, like, different arenas of spanning above it and everything. And the forum is just, well, it's just the forum, guys. That's all I really have to say about it. Oh my god. But seriously, there's really just nothing I like about this place. It's just not unique at all. And like I said, this was probably going to be a common theme throughout all my least favorite areas. But anyways, let's move on to the side worlds. Alright, besides the little pasta fields here, Vigrid Ruffland. Just saying that name just makes me laugh. I don't know why. But this area of Grizzleheim, I honestly really like Grizzleheim. There's not really one area that I actually dislike in it, really. And besides the Boiling Fields, which is actually a pretty unique area, Vigrid Roughland, like I said previously before, there is really nothing special about it besides the pasta fields. But seriously, I can't be the only one that thinks like this looks like. Okay. Anyway, I'm gonna stop talking about that. But let's go back to the main area of Vigrid Roughland here. Besides like some decently pretty wilderness here and an okay like waterfall slash whirlpool stream you got going here, like it's like, you know, like the storyline here was probably the weakest point in Grizzleheim. Like it just doesn't have that charm that Sabristad Pass had with like Bloodseeker and all that and the caves and stuff. Like this one just, I don't know guys, it's been a while since I've quested through this area, but it is not one of my favorites. Whenever I quest through here, like I said, I just try to get out of here as fast as possible because there's just really nothing to enjoy about it. It's just so bland, it's so blank. Like Grizzleheim in and of itself is a great world, but this area was just not one of the highlights of it. The story, like I said, probably the worst area for story in my opinion. What's Anders Holt? I don't remember what that was. This area, oh god, yeah, I remember. I hate this area, even though it's home to one of my favorite dungeons, which is Frostholm. But yeah, I don't know. You like the mobs move obnoxiously slow. Yeah, I don't know, guys. Vigrid Roughland. This is kind of a random one to just throw in there, but honestly, looking at the grand scheme of things, like I like a lot of areas in Wintertusk, and there's just, I don't know. There's just, wait, did I say like a lot of areas in Wintertusk? I like a lot of areas in Grizzleheim. We'll get to Wintertusk in a second because I'm gonna count those separately, but Vigrid Roughland to me just didn't evoke the most emotion slash memory, and honestly that's why I'm putting it here. There's nothing I really truly like about this place. Anyways, let's move on to Wintertusk. I cannot express my distaste for Sudderlin using words alone, guys. Like Sudri and his golden seal can suck my... Okay, no, but in all seriousness, I really do like the area of Wintertusk. I think it's really, really awesome, and even though the area of Sudderlin is where you get the recipes for the level 56 crafted gear, which is actually pretty awesome if you don't want to go for Waterworks, if you just want to skip ahead. This guy has some really decent gear, just in case you didn't know that, but that is the only thing I like about Sudderlin. I quested through Wintertusk, like I soloed through it. If you guys saw my rating worlds based on difficulty video, I soloed this recently on my death, probably a few months ago, 1 month, 2 months ago, I don't know. I soloed this recently, and really similar to Vigrid Roughland, that Grizzleheim vibe for me just was not there. The whole area with just the amount of ice it has really pisses me off. I don't know why. Don't ask. I don't know. Out of all the areas, though, I had to take a look at like all the pros and cons of Australind, Sudderland, Vesterland, Nastron, Norderland. Norderland had like this snowy lava theme, which was awesome. Australand's just my all-time favorite. Just the music is just the best. Like the whole environment, atmosphere, like the kind of autumn look to it was just awesome. Vesterland had a more foresty type thing. Like it was probably the closest to regular Grizzleheim as you could get. And that was still pretty cool though with the whole Wintertusk spin on it. I like that a lot. And then you just got Sudderland, which is just like, it's Sudderland. Seriously, like who cares? Similar to Kishai Village, who cares that this area exists? Like I don't even remember why. I don't even remember why we went to Sudri. Well, obviously we had to get his golden fleece, but I don't remember what he made us do. The bosses in here also very difficult. This is like where it starts ramping up a bit, which just makes me dislike the area even more. And overall, it just was not a fun experience for me on my death. So anyways, guys, let's move on to, I believe, Wisteria now. Ooh, that should be fun. Let's move on to Wisteria. I'm gonna be honest, the main thing about Tanglewood Way that pisses me off is the door to it has just never actually opened. Like the main door to it has just never opened. The leaves have always been there with the little green min magic and everything, so you've always had to go through this like little crack in the wall here. I don't know, that's always just been a little pet peeve of mine, but the whole point of going here, I'm pretty sure, was to get someone's wand? If I'm not mistaken? Do you fight Forest Grump here? You do. Or no, sorry, not Forest Grump. You fight Lord Bramble here. Sorry, I get those two mixed up every once in a while, but... So, you fight Lord Bramble here, who is technically the final... or one of the final bosses of Wisteria. The final boss is Randolph, but Lord Bramble is here. He's here. And then I'm pretty sure you also have to purify this fountain. I think that's another quest you have to do here. But these green men were a struggle, to say the least. They were a struggle. They were not my favorite mob. They will never be my favorite mob. That's just the way it is. That's just the way it is. So honestly, nothing really comes to mind when I think of Tanglewood Way. So here, let me go to the map here. Looking at this map, because like I've done this obviously before every area I've chosen, I just had to realize, really, to put into perspective how small Wisteria actually is as a world. And when I was looking at all the areas, like Tournament Hall has like all those cool, like, oh god, I don't want to get pulled here. Let me just go over here. Tournament Hall has like these cool, you got these cool paintings of like past duelists, and then obviously the halls itself are like really well made and everything. Pegasus Place, you got your big open space where like Pegasus just fly around. I mean, to me, that's just awesome. And then Pigswick Academy, I mean, that's just the main area. Like, who really cares about that? But then you got Tanglewood Way. And all I could think of was just bad memories. Just bad memories all the time. They just copied and pasted the Trent spell over here. Because they just didn't have any ideas. That's how much creativity was put into here. Like the area is nice. Like, I do kind of like the whole overgrown vibe that it has to it. But these green men... I can't get over these green men, man. I'm just getting angry just being here, guys. Anyways, let's move on to Celestia, guys. I have the absolute worst memories from the Science Center. These guys right here. The fucking fish in their big robot suits, okay? I just remember having to do so many defeat and collect quests that involved those guys that I just, to this day, just still piss me off, because I was a fire wizard at the time. And I think they would like, I swear they would like ice shield like every couple rounds, like before I would get to Prism, and oh guys, it just was not a good experience. So all in all, guys, I didn't really rate these areas in Celestia based on their looks, because I'm gonna be honest, the whole world I just don't like the look of. That's just kind of been a thing with me ever since I started playing this game. I've just never liked the looks of Celestia. It's just never been really one of my favorite looking worlds. You know, which is fine. I mean, it has a few hidden gems. There's not really too much to like about the world itself. Like I said, that's just my opinion, but then again, this whole video is about my opinion, so honestly, based on sole questline and story, this is probably the worst area. Like, just the quests suck. The quests are so bad. You have to fight, I think, a few Shadow Weavers, like, here and there, and then, of course, you have to do the numerous defeat and collect quests with the robot fish, and then you've got the regular robots, and then I think you'd have to run around and collect some, like, parts for different robots, and then I'd get pulled, and, it was just a bad experience for me. I didn't have a good time here. I didn't. I don't know who did have a good time here. Give me that scrap of iron. Some of you guys get mad at me for not collecting the reagents in the videos, so I'm just gonna collect those for you just to appease y'all a little bit. But oh my god, just look at these guys. Like, I swear they have like a little green men vibe to them, if that makes sense. Like, I just don't like the look of them. Like, robots should have never been introduced into I can talk. Robots should have never been introduced into Celestia. I don't know, guys. There's nothing appealing about the Science Center to me. Anyways, let's move on to Zafaria. Oh, no. Greyhorn mercenaries are here. Need I say more about Waterfront, guys? Like, okay. Seriously, I know Zamunda Outskirts has them as well. Definitely just one of the worst mobs in this game, though. Not gonna lie. So Waterfront, to me, besides the little Shadow Palace over here, it's just a little bit worse. It was just like a copy of Stone Town, in my opinion. Which, I mean, Stone Town, it was okay. Like, it wasn't the worst area. Like, the whole Elephant Village design, like, that was alright. Like, you know, I could kind of be down with that, even though I don't really like Zafaria as a whole. But they're, like, trying to think. Did Stone Town have the palace in it? I think it did. This has, like, the little Shadow Fortress here, which, I'll be honest, is kind of cool, but that's about it. Other than that, it's literally just a copy and paste of Stone Town with just cultists running around. It's not, I don't know, guys. Like, at least in Stone Town, you'd have like these nice aesthetics with like Greyhorn mercenaries and everything. What even is this suck? Waterfront, man. I think in Stone Town you also had the zoo as well. So really, in my opinion, this just is a copy pasta from Stone Town, and it's a worse version of it, in my opinion. That's literally it. Like, the whole of Zafaria just pisses me off, but this area, whenever they're just like, alright, time to head to Waterfront, I'm just like, you know? But, yeah, Waterfront. I'm sorry, you did not win over my heart today, and you probably never will. So, anyways, let's move on to Avalon. Whenever someone mentions Abbey Road to me, I'm just like who? Like, where? What's Abbey Road? It's just one of the most forgettable places in Avalon, in my opinion. Because, like, you got the High Road, which has, like, all your goblins and everything. And, like, I guess this is sort of, like, the shopping district, I guess you could say. This is kind of the shopping district for Avalon. But it's just so, like, uninteresting, you know? Like, I didn't even know there was a furniture guy here. I just found this now. Okay, he, like, sells crafted stuff, I guess. Okay, he sells, like, crafted furniture. I never knew this existed. It has this little dainty town hall thing, which I mean, of course, like, if you go in here, like, you know, you got your boy, King Artorias, and the gang's all here, you know? Like, you got all the knights and everything. Which, this little setup here is cool, I will say. Ooh, I didn't even notice there was, like, things here. Okay, that's pretty cool. Not gonna get sidetracked here, though. So you got, like, this little, you know, gathering here of all the Knights of the Silver Rose and their king. But if you go outside, like I just was, it's just not, like, it sucks. Like, it's just so bad. It just looks like the rest of Avalon, just with a few shopping people here, which don't sell anything good, by the way. Abbey Road, just, like I said, one of the most forgettable places in Avalon. It's just, I only come here to do quests. Let's just put it that way. I only come here to finish the quest line and to get my King Artorias spell, like, when I come back here for Chrysalis. That's all I do. That's literally all I do. I don't go to Clover and Foramil here, or, I don't fucking know, Sibin or Wayland, no. Actually, you go to him for a few quests. Oh, this guy, though. Now, this guy is the one thing I like about Abbey Road, because you can learn some boss-ass gardening spells from him, but other than that, there's really nothing I like about this place. That's just the way it is. It's my least favorite area in Avalon. Abbey Road, I hate ya. Anyways, let's go to Azteca. The first thing that I thought of when I entered the Twin Giants was really another area? Like, you're gonna do this to me again, Azteca? Jesus Christ, this world doesn't fucking let up, okay? I'm sure a lot of you have probably seen my Azteca rant video, and if I could say that the entirety of Azteca was my least favorite area in Azteca, then I would. However, I gotta stick to the rules of my own videos. So, Twin Giants, like okay, really hard area, right? Same with all of Azteca, right? But really, the main thing that really pisses me off, okay, one is the pole radius. The pole radius here is so fucking bad. Like, I will cross a, like, little bend like this, like, going around, trying to avoid all the enemies, and I'll get pulled, or one will spawn right in front of my face, and I'll just get pulled into a battle. That happened so many times on my ventures through Azteca. It was the absolute worst. Also, there's this big door here, this big gate with the double doors. About this, so this serves no purpose. Literally serves no purpose, okay? You talk to this guy over here, because obviously you gotta get to the next area of the Twin Giants, and he tells you he doesn't even know what those doors are, like, he doesn't even know how to open those doors. We spent, like, an entire, like, little quest line trying to open those doors, when there was just a gate right over there that we opened. That's just the kind of Azteca stuff that just doesn't resonate well with me whatsoever, and that's just, I just hate the world. I just hate the world. Anyways, let's go to Chrysalis. I fucking hate this world. Anyways, bye-bye. If there was just an area in Chrysalis that I could just straight up delete, it would be the Cauda Desert, okay? And hands down, the ugliest part of Chrysalis ever, okay? I could just tell when just designing this area, so little thought and effort was just put into it. They're just like, yeah, let's fucking put sand everywhere and put a few mantis buildings or slash bug structures in here. Let's just do that, you know? That leads to the Hive, by the way, if you didn't know. The Hive's an awesome area. But this area sucks. This area is so fucking horrible. The diagrams are kind of hilarious, but this area, like, I'm gonna be honest, I don't have a ton of memory about this area. That's kind of why I put it here, as I don't have a lot of memory with a lot of these areas. This area, not special to me whatsoever. I've not ran into a single wizard that has said they liked the Cauda Desert, okay? I don't know why. I think they, like, hyped this. I swear they hyped up this area, like, a little bit right before Chrysalis Part 2's release. Yeah, I was just disappointed. I know that. Most disappointing area of Chrysalis ever. Like, the Cauda Desert sounds pretty cool. You know, maybe you'd think, like, they do some Mirage shit. Okay, that goes to the Sardonyx. But overall, honestly, it's a pretty small area, too. You go here, I believe, to just defeat a few bosses and then get into the Hive, and you enter from the Sardonyx, obviously. That's all I remember. That's all I want to remember, really. Let's put it that way, okay? Just worst area, hands down, in Chrysalis. There's actually some really, really beautiful areas of Chrysalis. This one, they just, all the budget just went out the window, not gonna lie. But anyways, guys, let's move on to Polaris anyway. Hands down, just the most, like, pathetic little fortress slash, like, village slash like, army base that is in Polaris, or that has just ever existed in this game. Like, I was just so underwhelmed when I went into Ervil Station. Like, Ervil Station. I think, is this where you meet the moose guy? I don't even remember. He's one of my favorite characters, but Ervil Station. What do I like about Ervil Station? That's right. Nothing. Nothing. These sea lions kind of piss me off that they all I don't even know. I just don't like the sea lion NPCs. Okay, these soldiers, how they walk just infuriates me to my very core. It has the same icy texture as all of Polaris, except they just add these dinky little houses, like, to try to add some, like, flavor to it. Just doesn't work in my opinion. Does not work for this world at all in my opinion. The storyline, as for the storyline here, I don't remember too much of it, and that's probably for the best, honestly. There might have had something to do with these, like, gems and, like, going into the mines and stuff. It actually might have had something to do with that now that I think about it, but what else is here? Okay, you go to the Maw. The Maw is a cool dungeon. Forlorn Tog, I like that area as well. But just in between these two, you got Ervil Station, and it's just nothing special. It's a dinky little, like I said, dinky little army village just in the middle of nowhere, just in the middle of an icy landscape, which is pretty much all of Polaris, but there's just nothing unique about the area, in my opinion, so that's why it's my least favorite area. Yeah, I don't know. I wish I could say more on this, but I just can't. That's just kind of how it is sometimes. Anyways, let's move on to Mirage. I already don't like sand as much as it is, so you could just imagine the absolute trauma that the Alkali Barrows put me through, okay? You find Xerxes here, which is kind of cool. Otherwise, it's, I don't know what to say. It's all fucking sand. It's all fucking sand. I mean, I'll give it to him. The little, like, statue that's kind of, like, sliced off and, like, buried in the sand, like the little ruined statue. That part's pretty cool. That's the only part, however, that I like about this area. I'm serious. Like, it's just sand. It's just sand. But seriously, there's nothing I like about it. The mobs are super repetitive. You just fight these crypt guys over and over. It's not a very fun area by any means. Also, the Gulchers kind of just piss me off too, especially that Mother Gulcher boss, if you guys remember her. She was a bit of a struggle. But here you got sand dunes, and more sand. Like, there's just not much. Oh, is this a reagent? Sorry, I gotta collect it because. Oh, what was that? Glass silver? Ooh, nice. Okay. No, seriously. But yeah, seriously, I gotta collect the reagents, guys. Y'all are gonna get mad. So, anyways, it really this area really feeds into the whole desert theme of Mirage. However, it's just sand. That's it. It's just sand. Oh, another reagent. Sorry, guys. Gotta abide by the rules, but it's sand. I can't. I'm done. It's just sand. Imperia, guys. We're moving. I feel like I'm gonna get some hate for this one because I feel like a lot of people actually like Nimbus. I feel like it's a cool area, and honestly, Imperia has a lot of cool areas, but this one just didn't strike a chord with me, really. It's just a giant storm palace, which it's like in theory it sounds pretty cool, but to me this area, like, they made it big. Like, sure, they made the gates big. There's the whole citadel and everything, with all the storm guys in it. You know, it was a cool area. I'm not saying it was a bad area. It was probably just my least favorite in Imperia. Like, I think some people are gonna disagree with me on this, but like, okay, let me plead my case real quick. Okay, so okay, let's take a look at this whole world here. So Sapitius, I mean, you're in a squid. Like, that's, do I even need to explain that? Outer Athenor, Inner Athenor, I mean, that's like a really cool, like ice. You got the ice on top, right? And then you got, like, the heat on the bottom, like the yin and the yang, like the little dwarves going to war with each other. I thought that was awesome. This place was just epic. The whole concept of shadow creatures, like, overrunning a city, to me, is just awesome, in my opinion. This is obviously my favorite area in Imperia. Just the whole Reverie is just awesome. Nimbus, though, Nimbus is not my favorite. Port Arrow is awesome because, honestly, the graphics there are just insane. But overall, the reason why I'm explaining this all to you is because, honestly, Imperia is the freshest in my mind because it was the latest world after all. But, honestly, I like Imperia as a whole, and I'm not saying this area is bad. I actually think this is a pretty good area, but it's just not my favorite. It's just, to me, this was just a little bit bland to me. It was just a little bit bland, and it's just got the same theme throughout. I definitely think there's way worse areas than this in the game. This is just my worst for Imperia, which, to be honest, still makes it a good area, just overall, in my opinion. I don't know why I'm trying to plead my case for how much I like this area when it's my least favorite area in the world, but that's just the way it is. That's just the way it is. But Nimbus, it's cool. The architecture's cool. The graphics are cool. There's just nothing that really struck a chord with me. I don't know. Like, it was just okay. But anyways, guys, that's really going to be it for this video. I really hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks to someone in the comments for suggesting this to me. I'm pretty sure a few people suggested this, but thanks to those people who suggested this. This was a really good idea. I had a lot of fun doing the video. So, I mean, if you liked it as well, you could leave a like if you enjoyed, or subscribe for more content like this in the future. I do, you know, tons of these kinds of videos, plus a pirate walkthrough. Go check that out. But anyways, guys, that's going to be it for this video. I really hope you guys did enjoy, and I will see you guys in the next video, guys. Enjoy the rest of your day. Take care, guys, and peace out.